Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another week of the Triple Threat Podcast. I think we are on to, my notes say week 34.
I'd like that you just add one to the last week, and usually we're on pace.
We usually were on pace. I think I remember naming last week's episode week 33. Anyways, we're going to start with our favorite segment of the North American podcast ever, our hometown heroes. Mamba, season's done. Berries, season's done. Blades,
Season hasn't started.
season hasn't started, but about a month away. Rush,
Season hasn't started.
yeah, our hometown teams are done.
Going back to the Blades, though, we'll have some preseason chatter next week because the first preseason starts on the 1st of September.
First preseason game. Okay. We get like a week break, I guess. I suppose. Because, like, other than those four teams, I don't think Saskatoon really has anything unless we want to talk about the Hilltops, but I don't know if they're quite high enough level. I don't know what league they're in. So maybe we'll think about that. We'll get back to that. But hometown teams are non-existent for the time being.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll go on to the next part of our usually scheduled podcast and forecast. The PWHL and the NHL.
And like last week, Jay got opted to the minors, so we had to bring up Katie back.
Yeah, Jay's having a rehab start in AAA this week, so we'll reassess and reevaluate next week after a few innings, you know.
Yeah.
So, Katie, how does it feel being brought up from the minor leagues?
I did not prepare a speech. I'm quite flustered. So
She doesn't have a joke prepared this time.
You came from the research
You can't
league.
sleep your way out of this one, Katie.
I'm a tryout star. I am not a practice star. I am not. Yeah.
She's a walk-off.
I do good at the first look, and that's it.
So you're a fraud.
No. I'm good at showing off.
There you go.
Yes.
But you have been telling me most of the week that something did happen in the PWHL.
Yes.
And I think you're probably the better one to explain what happened.
Yes. Speaking of showing off, somehow the Walter Cup has gone missing.
Like it just poof, gone,
Yes.
stolen.
So it was on its way to Lethbridge, Alberta to go spend its day with whatever player it was going to go spend its day with. And so the container arrived, but the container was empty.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did they ever find it?
Don't fret. It was the replica. The real one is safe and sound in the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. We didn't
Yes.
actually lose it, or
Yes.
not the actual one, but did they ever figure out what happened to the replica? Like they just get stolen in transit or something?
I don't know, but I saw an article saying the Montreal Victoire have found it. So I don't know if that means it's in Montreal or if their shipping company found it.
Huh.
Yeah. But like low-key, that's not the craziest thing to happen in PWHL offseason. So
I don't know. The trophy go missing is kind of nuts.
well, yeah, but like Mark Walter is under investigation for like insurance fraud.
Oh!
So
Insurance fraud, and then poof, the trophy disappears.
Yeah, that feels like a cover-up.
Try to deflect us from
distraction.
Smoke screen. Okay, so the PWHL's got a missing trophy, insurance fraud. Do we have anything actually like related to like the players or the hockey or anything, or
No.
no? Okay.
They just decided Mission Impossible.
Yeah, I know the PWHL's been quiet for a couple weeks now, but damn, that's one way to make a little bit of noise. How about the NHL, Miggy? Anything going on there?
There's only one major thing to report on that I find. Elvis Merzlikins is the goaltender for Columbus. He is being operated on his, I don't remember if it was his right shoulder or his left shoulder.
I sure as hell hope those surgeons know which shoulder to operate on.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything on which one it was.
Okay.
But he is out indefinitely.
Oh boy.
So that means that Jet Greaves will probably get a bulk of that workload in Columbus, which he did fine last year, but now last year was more shared between him and Merzlinkin till the end.
Yeah.
At the end, he kind of showed that he was able to take the workload. We'll see if this year he's able to take an even bigger workload. And other than that, the UFA and the RFAs from 4 weeks ago are still there.
They're still unmoved.
Carter Gauthier did decline a $12.9 million annual contract with the Ducks, so I don't really know what's going to happen with him.
Here's my thing. I know that because of some of the previous signings in this offseason, like, players are getting this kind of, like, skewed concept of what they think they're worth and how much they want. But 12.9 average, where in the world is he going to get a better offer? Is my question.
His mom's basement? I don't know.
Dude, at this point, it don't make no sense to me.
It doesn't. And there's like Ducks have a very strong caliber team right now, and having a guy like Gauthier added onto that would be great. But he wants the money, not the from. This is my understanding from denying a 12.9 mil is you want money, not championships.
But that's so much money. It's like, what?
It's like Kaprizov when he signed the 17 mil. I'm sorry, Wild aren't winning a Stanley Cup in the next couple of years because they have three players that make up 50% of their cap.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to build an actual, like, proper contending team.
Exactly.
It's too top heavy.
Yeah. Now the NFL is kind of next week's going to be the finalizing of the rosters.
So final week of preseason.
Basically.
Okay.
I wanted to make dramatic, but
you want to make dramatic.
You didn't want it dramatic.
Hey, look. I'm here for the dramatics. But, like, is it really finalization of roster, or is it just last chance efforts for the few guys?
It's a little bit of both. I'll get into it, but it's a little bit of both. So, as everybody knows, preseason week 2 happened last week. The upcoming week is preseason 3. Everybody knows how this works by now.
Yeah. I think I remember how to count.
Yeah. Las Vegas beat Houston 22-20, and then San Francisco beat the Chargers 41-7.
Oh.
So yeah,
ouch.
Be ready. You got some blowouts here.
Ouch. Okay. I'm going to be happy today.
Not this next one. Friday, the New York Jets beats Pittsburgh 17-0.
So that's lackluster.
Yeah. The New York Jets.
Yeah. I mean, good. Well, I would hope it was good defense, not just awful offense, but...
Talking about the New York Jets, I'm going to go on a side rail here real quick. Who do you think is the team that has spent the longest since present day to not be beaten by the New York Jets?
To not be beaten by the Jets?
Or the last time that the Jets have beaten them?
Like, who's had the longest undefeated streak against the Jets?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
They have not won against the Seattle Seahawks since 2004.
Oh. Okay. You know, I probably should have guessed that, seeing as you were asking me specifically and didn't just say it. I thought you were being coy, and it's like, oh yeah, it's like the Patriots or the Ravens.
I know they're on different conferences, and that plays an effect and everything, but 22 years, you've played against them at least 10 times.
That's a long time to just not win.
And I think actually, once we checked the roster this year, they were playing against your Seahawks played against the Jets this year.
Yes, it's in one of the middle weeks, if I remember correctly.
Now back on track.
Well, back on track, because realistically, the answer to that whole question is the Jets are going to go another year without beating the Seahawks.
The cat fight, Carolina versus Jacksonville.
Oh, yes.
Panthers win 34-17 against the Jaguars.
Okay.
Green Bay beat the Broncos 33-13. Saturday, Washington loses to Detroit 17-13, while Buffalo beats Cleveland 31-7. And then Atlanta doubles down on this blowout with beating Indiana 34-6.
Indiana didn't even have a major. It was just 2 field goals.
This is either that or they were, in a lack of a better word, stupid enough to try a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
Then Baltimore beat Minnesota 13-3, and then the Rams rookies are showing good signs as they beat New Orleans Saints 34-0.
Yep, that's a good showing. Yep.
The New York Jets, New York winning this week 26-3 against Miami. Cincinnati
The Jets or the Giants?
The Giants beat 26-3 Miami.
Yeah. Okay.
And the Jets beat Pittsburgh 17-0.
Yeah.
So New York, for once, have both of their teams winning.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's preseason.
Yeah,
Cincinnati
it's all going to change. It's all going to change.
Cincinnati beats Chicago 27-9. New England beats Philly 24-21. Kansas City and Tampa Bay throw down, where Tampa Bay sneaks with the victory 16-15, a defensive game. Dallas beats Arizona 34-13. I feel another rough year coming for Arizona.
Yeah.
And then Seattle once again gets the last game of the week on a Sunday, and they lose to Tennessee 19-16.
So what I'm understanding from Seattle's preseason is they don't like playing on Sundays, and preseason's not for them.
Either that or you guys have a very dark future with your rookies.
Yeah. You know what? I'm just going to enjoy the good couple of years and enjoy the championship. And we'll go from there. We'll go from there as a Seahawks fan.
Now, as me and you were talking about, season 3 is usually when they make like this is your last shot or cuts or they rest their players, right?
Yeah.
And that's basically exactly what we're getting.
Yeah.
Teams are going to rest their for sure players, their stars, their superstars. They're all going to get rested in week 3 so they can have a top shape in week 1. People that are in a fight or cut situation are going to be playing out of their minds. And then there's also some athletes that are you'd think are be guaranteed, but we're actually going to be fighting for spots with these rookies. On top of that, if there's any injuries or anything, it may give rookies some spotlight. But at the end of the day, preseason 3 is where it's you either make it or you get sent home.
It's kind of a leave it all out on the floor or just accept that you're going home.
Exactly. Now, a couple of other things happen in the NFL. Nick Chubb is going to retire at the ripe age of 30.
I mean, to be fair, when it comes to football, like retirement age is so
He's also
inconsistent.
so injury prone.
Yeah.
And I personally don't feel like we've seen the best of Nick Chubb. Like, I feel like he has a lot in the tank, but he's decided to retire. And
I mean, if he's injury prone, I completely respect the decision.
exactly.
I mean, the last thing he's going to want to do is risk getting an injury that affects his normal life.
Yeah, exactly. Like, last thing you want is like an injury at 32 where you have to wear a cane everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Harrison Butker kicked a 69-yard field goal in the KC versus Tampa Bay game. That is what? How do you prepare for that?
So-
oh yeah, there's 69 fields out. They ain't gonna kick it. Kick it.
I mean, obviously, I didn't watch it, or I haven't seen any highlights. But a kick like that usually requires some help from the wind. Good.
He cleared it with like maybe 10 yards to spare.
Really? Okay, he's just got the leg of a god, I guess.
Basically, like I do not understand.
Send and do not return.
Yeah. Now you're gonna know this name, Vita Vea. He had requested a trade, and then a couple weeks back, I was saying how his coach and general manager were like, "We are not trading this guy." They have signed a $30 million contract for 1 year. They have agreed on terms, even after previously requesting a trade. So either they finally gave him what he wanted, or he was like, "Look, maybe I was a little bit unreasonable." And then Seattle Seahawks make a signing
Oh, finally.
with Devon Witherspoon. $132 million total for 4 years.
It's not cheap,
Oh,
but
it's 30 and a half per year.
it's going to be worth it. I can feel it.
Now to go into this final preseason week, where again, see the cuts. It's going to be more of a gladiator week, I call them kind of. So Pittsburgh will be playing Buffalo on Thursday, as well as New England versus Cleveland, San Francisco versus Las Vegas, and the Battle of California, the Rams versus the Chargers. On Friday, Washington will be playing Baltimore, Houston versus Carolina, Atlanta versus Miami, Tampa Bay versus the Jaguars. New York is playing New York. So the Jets versus the Giants.
Okay, I know the joke is that New York is the city so nice you had to name it twice. But really, did we have to do this?
Draw.
7-7.
It'd be so hilarious. Just being like, New York's gotta win, right?
Yeah, my money's on New York.
Yeah. So New Orleans will play against Dallas, Seattle versus KC, Cincinnati versus the Eagles, Arizona versus Green Bay, Minnesota versus Denver, and then on Saturday, Detroit versus Indiana, and Chicago versus Tennessee. Now, you are not playing on Sunday, so maybe you'll win that Seattle versus KC game.
Seattle might win their one and only preseason game for the 2026 season.
Hey man, preseason's preseason.
Yeah.
It only matters once it's just written season.
Yeah, see, like years and years and years ago when I was a kid and I saw some of these preseason games and I saw my teams losing, I was like, oh no, we're going to be so awful this year. And it took me embarrassingly long to realize, oh, preseason it really doesn't mean a whole lot.
Just trying out your rookies.
Yeah.
Trying out different placements.
It's practice plus.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Now, the little brother. Or the OG, honestly.
The little brother, but like older brother, technically.
The older little brother.
The older little brother. The older brother that doesn't get the respect that it deserves.
The older, shorter brother.
There we go.
Week 12, we are in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
I don't know how the Red Black fans are feeling. Because losing 46-16 on some days, I'd be like, that's rough. It's a rough game. But being 0-10, mind you, 0-17 in their last 17 games.
I'm going to tell you exactly how they're feeling. They're not feeling anything. They are numb to this. They're just sad. Because this team is sad.
Like, Ottawa's offense was shut down by Montreal's defense. They had, 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 3 interception, and 5 pass deflection. Like, what do you do against a defense like that?
Look, I was trying to, hype up Mayer last week, and I saw some of these... No.
He did not look good.
He played down to his team's ability this week. He really did.
And usually I try to have 3 notable players for each team. And this week I have 1 for Red Blacks and 4 for Montreal. So let's get to it. For the Red Blacks, White had 70 yards on 6 receptions, and that's it. The rest of the team really didn't perform.
It's really sad when that's your top performer.
Now if you go to Montreal, Alexander went 20 out of 23, 260 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Tess had 88 yards on 11 carries. Speaker had 49 yards on 4 receptions. And Philpott continues his dominant season with a quiet game of 75 yards and 9 receptions.
You know what's funny about Philpott to me is that every week his games are technically getting worse.
Yeah.
But they're still great.
Yeah.
Like, he just started
he'll go
on
worse,
such a
worse,
high.
worse, and then he'll have that one game that he goes all the way up.
He just started on such a high at the beginning of the year that our expectations were just through the roof, and now it's just at the roof.
Yeah, the fact that a quiet game is 75 yards on 9 reception is insane. But, I just... Ottawa fans, I feel sorry for you guys.
Like, it's not even panic anymore. It's just despair. Just depression.
Now, for this next game on Friday, August 21st, the Bombers played the Elks. Katie, would you Katie, would you like to say who won?
Not the Bombers, because they suck.
The Bomber hate is strong in this one. Bombers did blow this game. They were up 16-6 after the first half. Bombers only scored 3 in the second half. The Elks, the Elks defense came to life. No penalties for Edmonton. Meanwhile, Winnipeg had 56 yards on 2 penalties.
What?
56 yards on 2 penalties.
How does one manage that? How do you do that?
Pass interference.
Explain that to me.
Oh, okay.
How? Explain. What does that mean?
Okay, so when you're offside or you do something you're not supposed to and they throw the flag, that's a penalty. They usually give you, like, the other team will go and turn around and be like, okay, well, this guy held you, so we're going to give you 5 free yards. When you do a pass interference, they mark you where the pass interference was committed. So it can be a pass interference worth 17 yards, or it can be a pass interference worth 56 yards. So it just means that for sure there was a pass interference.
Is that a recent thing? I always thought pass interference was just like a straight up like 10 yards or 15 yards.
For as long as I know, it's been that way.
Really?
Yeah. Notable players, though. The Bombers did have some notable players. Oliveira had 118 carries on 16 attempts and his longest was 35 yards.
I mean, the yards are good, but that's a lot of attempts to be going for.
Usually you're more comfortable with, like, for a name like him, too. Like, you want to get that done in, like, 12, 13.
Yeah, 16 is a lot of attempts, especially when your longest was 35. That means that your other 15 attempts only resulted in about 83 yards.
Yeah, exactly. Dembski had 80 yards on 5 receptions.
See, there we go. That's efficient.
Yeah, that is like a solid almost 18, 16.
It's 16 yards.
Yeah,
yes.
and then on the defensive side, which I like to put them in there every once in a while because I know you're a big defensive guy, Smith had 10 tackles this game.
See, I feel like the defensive guys need more stats that they can take part in.
Well, I was looking at that.
Because here's the thing. Like, for a defender, what kind of stats can you get? Tackles, interceptions, sacks, so tackles plus, and then, like, pass deflections.
Yeah, and forced fumbles.
And forced fumbles, right? But, like, realistically, you can only get, technically speaking, you can only get one of those a play. Most of the time, it's not happening every play, and most of the time, you're not the only one getting them. Or, like, right? So, like, but, right, like, an offensive guy goes like, oh, here's 20 yards, you know?
I think our brains are starting to sink.
Starting to.
So I saw this video of how they should, so you know it, in a interception.
Uh-huh.
I saw this guy, and he doesn't like just interception. He thinks there should be a interception and a forced interception.
Okay.
So sometimes the interception is completely on the
QB or
QB or the receiver, but he wants a slot where it's an interception due to a defenseman. So you know when they throw the ball and the defenseman sticks his hand up and then it starts trickling, and then that would be like a forced interception. And I kind of like the idea because, like, yeah, you look at interception and you're like, yeah, that's a cool stat, but like we said, sometimes it's just a QB giving it right to the other guy.
Yeah.
Right? And he's just like, oh, well, thank you.
I guess I'll take this. I guess I'm a receiver now.
So, but I'd like to see how that would work. Because then it's like, it's a he said, she said on what is a forced interception and what's not.
That's the thing. Like, the criteria for that would be so hard to nail down objectively. Now, mind you, like sitting here complaining about there not being enough defense stats, I can't think of anything else that they could really be given for, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, realistically, as a defender, like, other than just trying to make the offense's life difficult, there's not a whole lot to play for
Yeah,
other than these
exactly.
sort of like major stats, right? Because like one tackle is one tackle, one interception is one interception. It's just that on the offensive side, because you have yards and all these attempts to do it, right? So it's like one reception can be 40 yards, right? And then everybody's like, oh wow, big number,
Yeah.
go Burr, right?
Now we were talking about big numbers like the 118 yards of Oliveira. Rankin had 93 yards on 19 attempts.
See, like, but again, this is a case where it's like, oh, 93 yards, like he did a lot, but then you look at the 19 attempts and you're like, there must have been a better play or something more efficient.
Like I understand where like some running backs and some of them do really well. They're short gain running backs.
Yeah, like I think you and I kind of agreed a couple weeks ago that like if a running back averages 5 to 7 yards per carry, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So, but both of these guys like 5, just even low ball 5 yards per carry for Rankin, that'd be 95 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go 5 carries, 5 yards per carries on Oliveira. Now you're at like
that's at 80 yards.
80
so
yards.
Like,
but again, you take away the 35 and 1 yard. Now you're at 83. You're still above the average. So like Oliveira had a good game. Rankin on the other, he had an average game.
Yeah, an average
if
game.
we go
just
on
big
that,
numbers.
yeah, exactly. Luther had 85 yards on 7 receptions, so above the 10 yards per reception. Olera Orange had 1 reception, but it was 41 yards.
He made use of his one chance. What can you say?
He's like, give me 1 shot, coach. 1 shot. Now, the Ticats play against the Argos. The Argos did take this one 39-20. It was a very tightly contested first half, with Hamilton taking a 17-15 lead to the halftime, though. So, very tight half, but then, like, as you can see with the score, Argos just took over in the second.
Yeah, the 24-3 second half.
Well, Hamilton also, like you said, 3. Like, how can you only score 3 points in the second and think to win?
And hope to win. Yeah.
Exactly. Either you have one of the best defense, or you just hope that the other offense chokes.
Yeah.
So, I did write a cute little note here that maybe the Red Blacks fans should become Argos fans for the rest of the season, so they know what a victory is.
Honestly, as somebody who's been a fan of teams that have had struggles, in not recent seasons, but like recent enough, as bad as I feel for Red Blacks fans, suck it up.
Stick it out.
Stick it out. You have made it to 0-10. You might as well finish the season and see 0-17. That's all I'm saying.
That'd be pretty sad.
And then we can sell the team and we can relocate.
Hamilton Ford went 19 for 32, so okay-ish numbers for a QB, but went 365 passing yards and 33 rushing yards. So himself accounts for 389 yards.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. Smith went 111 yards on 6 receptions, so he's almost
at the 20.
Yeah, exactly, per reception. Whitfall went 124 yards on 3 receptions.
Woof.
So
he's at the 41.
Yeah, 41 and a bit.
Yeah. So, hey, Olario Orange, I see your 1 reception to 41 yards and raise you 3 receptions, averaging 41 yards.
Yeah, basically, he must have watched that game and went, I wonder.
I could do better.
And then Toronto, Chad Kelly. He actually had an okay game. 26-34, 289 yards, 3 touchdowns, and only 1 interception.
That's a very solid game. It's very, very solid.
And then Smith went 99 yards on 15 carries. So, good by the standard of average of
five
5
there,
and
yeah.
7. Coxie went 75 yards on 4 receptions with 2 touchdowns. And the Toronto defense had 4 sacks.
I mean, no wonder the Ticats only scored 3 in the second half. Their QB, 4 sacks is pretty apparent that their QB barely had any time in the pocket.
Yeah, exactly. If you can't defend your QB in the pocket or even give him enough time to release the ball, how can you force the offense up the field?
I know how high people have been on QBs who can scramble effectively, but realistically, we just go back to the basics. Protect your quarterback.
Exactly.
Give him some time to, throw the ball. Give your receivers some time to get through their routes and get open.
Yeah.
Right?
A QB that can't plant his feet and throw a ball, not very efficient.
Yeah, even if he can scramble, even if he can make a pass while scrambling, you don't want to have to force him to.
Yeah, because then that's when your QB gets hurt.
Yes, very well put.
Do we have to go through this?
Yes, we do. And I'm gonna make you read through it.
But I did all this nice lion stuff, and I don't want to say it now. All right, the Riders lose to the Lions 30-16. It was rough. I did not like it. Chris is celebrating right now off camera. There was 2 big impacts to this game. Was the Lions' third quarter and their defense. The Lions had 14 points in the third quarter while keeping the Riders to 0 points in the third quarter. And the Lions' defense showed up with 3 sacks, 2 interceptions, 5 pass deflection, and 2 forced fumbles. So offensively we're good, and defensively you were good.
Yeah.
Is Rourke really the solution? Well, let's shoot out some more numbers here. 22 for 28, 355 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interceptions.
Watching you read through this and how much pain you're going through is really putting a smile on my face. You as a Riders
Another notable player for the Lions is Cottoy. Had 110 yards on 6 receptions and a touchdown, so he also almost averaged 20 yards per receptions. Now for the Riders. Woo! Riders' defense did have 3 sacks, so we did do somewhat okay.
I mean, both defenses had 3 sacks.
Exactly.
So
Duncan Busby had 85 yards on 4 receptions, and Harris went 28 for 42, which I don't really like that number. But he also went 356 yards, had 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. I don't like the more interceptions than touchdowns.
Here's the interesting thing about this game, because I did watch some of it. The score doesn't do justice to how close most of this game actually was. Like, the Lions won by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, that 2 touchdown difference is largely in part to the 2 interceptions.
Exactly.
That Harris threw, and the fact that he went 28 for 42.
Exactly.
So that's 14 missed throws, right?
No, that'd be 12 with the 2 interceptions.
Oh, yes, but if you counted it right, it'd be 14. So he had half as many missed quote unquote throws as he had made.
Yeah, he was at a perfect 66.
Right. So 30-16 doesn't quite do it justice, but the Lions were the better team here. Now, as a Lions fan, I am going to plug this little discussion in just because I think it'd be interesting to hear your 2 cents, Miggy. Because you and I agreed that Rourke coming back would be huge.
It would, and it's shown.
And it showed. But apparently Rourke also brought defensive intensity with him. And the Lions' defense has suddenly decided to play very good again. And I can see you thinking, because I've been noticing in this 4-game win streak, Rourke's been great. The offense has been fine, but the defense suddenly went, "Oh, we have our QB back."
So I'm gonna quote my dad once again, where I learned most of this stuff from. There is such a thing called a locker room guy. And sometimes, when they're injured and they're not in the locker room, teams play worse. And then when they come back, everybody's like, "Oh, why is this team playing better?" Locker room guy. It is starting to feel like Rourke is a big locker room guy. when your QB can inspire your defense, like, yeah, he's playing well, and your defense is like, oh, now we actually have games, we got to keep the lead, and oh, our QB's playing well. You take Rourke out, and you think the Lions are going back because they're sad they don't have their top QB?
I mean, you know what? I think with you pointing it out, there's probably definitely something to be said about the fact that Rourke's back and back in the locker room talking to the guys. I think even if Rourke were to get injured again, as long as they keep him in the clubhouse with the team and at games and whatnot, I think this Lions team will be fine the rest of the season.
Yeah, you might be right, but they have to keep him in the locker room for sure.
Yes, 100%.
Because as you know, like, since he's back, they're on a 4-game winning streak, and that's big right now. I think they're like
They are
6-5 now.
They are 5-5.
Perfect 5.
They are a perfect 5-5.
So they went you went from despair of my prediction's going to be wrong to I got a good shot now.
Went to 1-5, and then suddenly we're 5-5, and I go, well, 12-5 is a long shot, but still there.
Yeah.
Now, I do want to talk a little bit about the Riders, because I feel like they've been struggling in the last few weeks.
Well, we went from 5-1 to 6-3.
I think you're 6-4 now.
6-4 with the Lions.
Yeah, so 5-1 to 6-4. Do you have any predictions or reasons as to why that is? Like, do you think the Riders just kind of got too high too early? Do you think something's falling apart? What do you think's going on?
Schaefer Baker's hurt.
Okay.
So he's a big part of our era offense.
Yeah.
As well as Johnson, I think, is off as well. And Emilus is still hurt.
Okay, so injuries.
Injuries are playing a big part. I'm not a guy that likes saying that injury is the biggest part, because I'm a big believer of next man up.
But there is something to be said about when it's your top guys.
Yeah,
being
when
injured.
it's your top two. Like 3 weeks ago, we did like the leaders of the receiving, rushing yards, all that, and like in the top 5, Riders had 2, and those 2 are not playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at Montreal, and they have their 2, and their 2 are there, and they're winning.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you don't want to be a guy who's like, oh, yeah, injuries, we totally beat you if we had all our guys. But if we had all our guys, we'd be beating people,
If you had all your guys, you'd at least be more in these games.
Yeah, exactly.
I think another thing I want to point out is Harris. He had, his inconsistency has really been showing in the last few weeks.
I like how you use inconsistency, but I'm going to use a different word that might explain it a little better.
Sure, go for it.
Have you seen what's the movie? I know it's not a movie, it's the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the TV show.
Oh, no, I have not.
Okay. For a little spoiler for you, real quick, just so you understand, and for people at home. Bucky has his metal arm, right?
Yeah.
The quote-unquote military for the Wakandan had a failsafe to press that arm so that it just falls off.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It kind of feels like that's what happened to Harris, but he's doing it to himself.
He's got the cheat code arm, and he goes, I don't want this anymore. Gone.
And just puts on a regular arm. Because, there's some plays you watch, and you're like, why can't you do that every single time? And then other plays where it's like, but I could make a better throw than that.
Like, Harris has had some games where you're just like, if this dude just brings down, the incompletions, he's having these games where he's sort of average-ish or below average-ish in completion, but he's still doing great on yards.
Yeah, having 28 receptions and producing 356 yards is
very good.
You're closing in on the 15 yards per reception,
right? So I'm just, and I forget. I'm pretty sure Harris is getting on to the older end.
He is on the older side.
So inconsistencies, slowing down, all that stuff is going to play a factor. But when his inconsistencies are losing to this regular of sort of poor performance and losses, I don't know if the Riders necessarily have a QB2 that they can kind of move up.
Yeah.
But some of these games, it almost feels like you need to pull Harris out early.
What I would do, honestly, is I would have a practice and I would have a receiver going the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20, and the 25.
Mm.
Whichever one Harris can throw comfortably over and over and over again, next game, just run plays around there. Just so he can get maybe more consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Like run a couple of 5 and 10s and a little longers, but keep your play in that range just so one, he can maybe get back to a consistent effort. Because like I love Harris, and when he's on it, he is on it.
Oh, absolutely.
And you can say that about every QB, but Harris, man, is Harris.
Well, yeah, I guess that's a testament to his age, is how many years he has been able to
Exactly,
do
and
this.
like he's coming off of a Grey Cup.
Yeah.
So like, yes, he's inconsistent this year, and it's been somewhat of an issue in the past, but this year is showing more and more.
Mm.
Is it age? It could be. Is it maybe a little bit of doubt? That could play a factor. Is it because you don't have your top guys as well? That could play a factor because a QB does get comfortable with his number 1 and number 2s.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep a close eye on Harris and see if he keeps going up and down or if he's slowly. But right now, the thing that worries me the most is the touchdown to interception ratio.
Yeah. Well, for the time being, the Riders are 2 games above 500. So as long as they can hold out until their guys are back from injury, they should be fine. But the last few weeks have looked rough. I will say that.
Now going into week 13, the Birds will be playing the Bombers. Katie, who's going to win that one?
Not the Bombers, because
They're the
how many
Bombers.
times I gotta say it? They suck.
I like how she thought about that.
Yeah, the Ticats will be playing the Stampeders. Argos will be playing the Riders on Saturday. On Sunday, the Lions will be playing the Red Blacks, and the Elks have a bye this week.
I know we've said it for the majority of the last few weeks. Oh, how funny it would be if the Red Blacks beat insert team name here.
I just saw your face, and I think you might want to go check your pants after that one, because there was so much doubt in that face.
I love my Lions. They're on a 4-game win streak, doing great. But you know, these streaks like this always end with the team that you least expect it to end against. And I don't think anything has less expectation than an 0-10 team.
They're just gonna play for fun and win.
Yeah. Realistically, though, I'm pretty sure the Lions go to 6-5 and the Red Blacks go to 0-11.
Now, talking about playing just to win, the NBA.
Oh boy. Yeah. So, okay, before we get to that, a couple of just kind of things to get off the checklist. Jalen Duren, still unsigned, which is ridiculous to me. He's like the number 1 free agent right now that's still out there.
Is it just because he's picking where to go and people have offered and he's just saying no?
What I can almost guarantee is happening is that he wants big money, which based on his regular season performance, totally warranted. But all the teams are looking at his postseason performance and going, there's no way we're giving you that kind of money.
Yeah, because he's a ghost in the postseason.
So he's here. I know we don't have cameras and people can't see what I'm gesturing to me right now. But like Duren's up here wanting the Supermax contract, and teams are down over here going, we'll give you like half of that.
Just because of his postseason.
Yeah, just because of his postseason.
And I was talking to my brother actually about this, about how some players take a pay cut due to their postseason performance.
Mm.
And he's like, wow, you want them for the regular because the regular gets you into the postseason. It's like, yeah, but the postseason gets you to the championship, and that's what teams want in the end. Every sport league is a business.
Yes.
To get that championship. Some businesses, it takes 10 years of building it right and everything, like Montreal, to get that championship. And other teams, they just buy right now, try to form in like 2-3 years and win it.
Yeah.
Duran, like you said, season-wise, regular season, he deserves a Supermax.
Yeah.
Postseason, Bronny James does better.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. is that a player who's really good in the postseason, but crap. Sorry, really good in the regular season, but crap in the postseason, is much less valuable than a player who's
Average.
in the regular season, but great in the postseason.
Yeah.
You look at a Jimmy Butler kind of guy.
Valerie Nichushkin from Colorado.
Yeah, in the NHL. So, like, this feels crazy to say, but it's looking more and more like Duran might start the season unsigned if he isn't willing to realize that he just isn't worth that mega contract right now because of how he performed.
Which that one, like, teams are trying to build. Like, there might be a team right now that is like, look, Duran is like the piece we need
Yeah.
to take a step in the right direction. And this guy ain't signing because he thinks he's top stuff, which in the regular season he is.
Yeah.
But I'm not signing the guy top money so that in the postseason, a grandma in a lawn chair could do better.
Yeah. So I'm expecting that he'll probably go back to the Pistons. How or when is very much up in the air. Now moving on, DeMar DeRozan. I was really hoping that the Raptors would sign him.
I know.
I was so high on us signing him, especially since the Kawhi trade finally went through last week.
And it was so funny because I remember telling you about this, and you were like, I heard nothing of this. And I was like, no, I'm pretty sure I saw that he signed at this place. And you looked it up, and you were like, ah.
Because here's the thing. DeRozan signed on a veteran's minimum with the Denver Nuggets. So it's 1 year, 3.9 mil. The Raptors could afford that. I know they can. So it makes me almost even more sad and upset that it's like, you know, if you went to a team and they signed him for like a 3 year, 40 mil kind of thing, I'd be like, okay, you know what, fine, whatever.
Raptors can't afford it.
But this is a 1 year minimum for a guy that averaged, I think, 20 points last year.
Yeah.
Right? And yeah, he's old, but like he's still playing well. I'm like, damn. But aside from that, the Raptors are currently in some kind of interesting trade talks for some of the top tier point guards in the league right now.
I don't like how you said interesting.
So the main name that's been kind of thrown around is Kyrie Irving.
Yeah,
right?
Me and you have made a joke or two about that throughout the podcast, like in the last 3-4 weeks.
But like the buzz surrounding it and the amount of mock trades for it and stuff makes me think more and more that the Raptors might actually like try to make a move. But maybe not just for Kyrie. Some other names that have been kind of thrown into that potential trade are Jamal Murray from the Denver Nuggets.
Oh, I don't mind that.
Yeah, right. De'Aaron Fox has also been a consideration, from the San Antonio Spurs. But the main thing that's been going around right now, and there are a lot of other sort of content creators sort of on my YouTube and social media that are already sort of talking about it, of like, if Kyrie goes to the Raptors and you have Kyrie, Kawhi, and Scotty Barnes, how screwed is the rest of the league?
Not only do those guys put up points, that's defensive.
Yeah, that is an incredible defense.
That is like
right there.
The Raptors would be like the most two-way team in the league, I think.
Yeah, no, speaking of defense, the Raptors already have the best defensive duo, potentially defensive trio in the league, with Kawhi and Scotty, and then you've got Colin Murray-Boyles.
Yeah.
Right? Because last year's Toronto team, they were a very good defensive team. But if you looked at all of the individual players, the only positive defenders were Scotty Barnes and Colin Murray-Boyles. Everybody else was net neutral or negative defenders on their own. But they had the defensive system to hide all of that.
Yeah.
Now you have Scotty and Kawhi and CMB.
You get
plus the system. Right? So the Raptors are already a crazy defensive team. If they can get a guy like Kyrie, so they finally have the shot creator and like self-scorer on their team, they'll do great in the East. Speaking of the East,
I don't think you can do great in the East this year.
Speaking of the East, you and I are gonna have a good conversation about this. I'm just gonna name the teams and just like some like flashpoints about why they're gonna be so scary. The 76ers acquired LeBron James and Jaylen Brown this offseason. They now have a big four of LeBron, Brown, Embiid, and Maxey. The Boston Celtics have a fully healthy Jason Tatum, and they acquired Paul George in the Jaylen Brown trade. And they have one of the best supporting casts in the league, so they're going to be hungry. The Pistons finished with the best record in the Eastern Conference last year. Cade Cunningham is going to be looking to prove the doubters wrong, and they will hopefully get Jalen Duren back. Miami Heat got Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Greek freak.
They won the sweepstakes.
Mm-hmm.
The Pacers will have, hopefully, a healthy Halliburton back next year.
That would do massive for them.
So they'd have Halliburton, Siakam, and they also acquired Zubac from the Clippers.
Okay.
During the offseason. The Cavaliers. They still have Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jared Allen under contract. They re-signed Harden, so they're going to be looking to run it back. The Wizards had the first overall draft pick. They picked AJ Diabata. They have Trae Young. They have Anthony Davis, and Alex Sarr is going to be looking to continue to improve.
Yeah, so, they went from kind of a laughing stock to like a actual slightly competitive team in like overnight.
Yeah, like sure, AD and Trae have their downfalls and whatnot, but healthy, this team's scared.
Yeah.
The Hawks were kind of a middle of the pack, very defensive and very sort of like young team. They added Lou Dort this past offseason, who's another great defender and has championship pedigree.
Their defense is probably gonna be the only thing, in my opinion, that will rival the Raptors.
Yeah. And then the Raptors, they acquired Kawhi Leonard.
And you add a top tier point guard on top of that they're looking to trade. Now, here's my thing with Piston. If they don't sign Jalen Duren, do you think he is a locker room guy?
Like Duren?
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I feel like the way that Duren's kind of approached this offseason has kind of made him a bit of a oh man, kind of a
public enemy number one.
Not number one,
number three. Let's say
number 3. Like I feel like if the Pistons re-sign him, there's gonna be not animosity, but like a little bit of uncertainty between the players in that locker room, which might show on the court. But yeah, that's the Eastern Conference this coming season. Now, of course, you've got teams like Brooklyn and Chicago that aren't going to really do a whole lot. Yeah, you've got the Orlando Magic in there, sure. But these teams, these 10 teams in the Eastern Conference, 10 of the 15.
Yeah, there's 10 of the 15 that you don't know where they're going to finish.
Yeah. I didn't even... The Knicks, the defending champs.
If you give me like, oh yeah, put this in your prediction on who's 1 to 10. I don't know. Usually I can do like 1, 2, 3, and then 8, 9, 10.
Yeah. Most of these teams you can kind of throw in wherever.
I feel like the Heat might have an off year just so Giannis can maybe get into the rhythm of their scheme. Yeah.
That I'm glad that you brought up the Heat because their sort of quote unquote not big 3, but sort of big 3 names is Giannis, Bam Adebayo, and Klay Thompson. They signed Klay Thompson, I'm pretty sure. Klay had a very bad season last year.
With the Mavericks,
With the Mavericks, yes. But we know what he can be. And you and I have discussed a couple times already the clashing play styles of Bam and Giannis because they essentially play the exact same way, and having 2 guys on the court that play the exact same is...
So add a third?
Yeah, kind of detrimental. So the Heat will be interesting. There's very little to be guaranteed on how they're going to do. But the rest, the East is horrifying. Yeah. This might be the first season in a while where the East is better than the West. Speaking of the West, though, still got OKC, still got the Spurs, still got Denver and the Lakers and the Rockets, and the Timberwolves.
My Wolves!
Your Wolves. I think this is a good time to bring back up the fact that the Wolves have made some moves. And
Some?
yeah,
They made the moves.
they made the moves. They still have Anthony Edwards. They locked up what is his name? Not
LaMelo Ball?
no. They did trade for LaMelo Ball. Yes.
Yeah.
No, who was that guy who played Desomnu?
Yes.
Desomnu. Yes, they locked him up long term. So their backcourt might be one of the best in the league. Actually, no, might be is wrong. It is one of the best.
Oh yeah, hands down. Like, it's funny to think, and defensively they're gonna do well too.
They'll be fine. Like LaMelo's a bit of a liability, but he's not that bad.
Yeah, but you got Ant.
Yeah, you got Ant, you got the rest of the
Like, I think I saw a post where it's like top 10 defenses, and Toronto and the Timberwolves were top 5.
Oh yeah.
And you're like,
Anthony Edwards is finally going to have a backcourt mate who can take the difficult shots for him sometimes.
oh, you mean the crazy shots LaMelo Ball takes?
Yes, I mean those. So Anthony Edwards, he's going to play great. He's going to be fine as he always has been, but now he's got a bit more help.
Now,
And I think the Timberwolves are going to do good.
Exactly. Like, Timberwolves are going to be scary. Now, me and you have been blabbering.
We've been yapping.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about this basketball stuff, Katie?
Well, I'm learning. I'm learning the things. Let's just say I do enjoy watching women's basketball. Yeah. I started discovering the WNBA because of Caitlin Clark, and now I am staying for literally everything else.
She came for the one lady and she's staying for the hoops.
That's
Yeah.
what Caitlin Clark does, though.
She's good at bringing people in. I have mixed feelings on her. I'm not gonna lie.
On Caitlin Clark?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, anyhoozle.
Anyhoozle is a new one.
Anyhoozle. With introducing the WNBA to the pod, I would like to announce the mascots that have just been recently introduced. And so, Toronto Tempo introduced their mascots at some point last week. They have Dez and Dot, and Dez is a snapping turtle and Dot is an Arctic hare. They went
How do you go from a snapping turtle to an Arctic hare?
Hey, look,
Did
man.
you ever hear of the story of the tortoise and the hare?
Well, yeah.
That's what they're going for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guess that's,
Yeah.
It makes sense now.
Yes.
It makes sense now.
with the tempo
Yeah.
of the story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, I like what you did there. Very funny.
And then Portland Fire introduces Rose, the glitter-breathing dragon, which Loki might have transitioned me from the Tempo to Portland because this dragon breathes glitter and she is pink. So, yeah.
And this will be Katie's last appearance as the...
This is when I get dropped back down to the minors.
It's Brendan Little all over again. We brought him up and we were like, okay, you've had your time, you practice. Go get him. Grand slam. Go back down. A pink glitter breathing
glitter breathing dragon. And the marketing they did for this dragon, let me tell you, they went all over Portland and they lit shit on fire and glitter bombed everything. Excuse my language, but they had the literal ball of fire, a hole of fire with ash and pink glitter.
Oh my god.
And I was like, this thing's literally my spirit animal. What?
She says, holding her pink water bottle. Her pink Yeti.
Water bottle. My pink Yeti, my pink protein shaker cup, my pink tablet, sitting next to my pink suitcase,
Okay.
sitting on my pink chair.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
Your
So-
chair's green.
I have a pink chair. I'm making a point. They can't see the color. It's fine. Anyway, so yeah. With introducing the new mascots, I would also like to introduce the WNBA's upcoming expansion teams. So they have 3 upcoming. So they have Cleveland in 2028. They just released the name for this one. They are the Cleveland Sirens.
Okay.
Yep. And then Detroit is coming in 2029. No name for that one yet because it's like 4 years away, 3 years away. And then Philadelphia in 2030.
You think Philly's going to be another number name?
Probably.
The 76ers? How about the 77ers?
The 69ers.
I wasn't gonna say it. I wasn't gonna say it. It took everything in me to not say it.
Let's just say the WNBA is the second gayest league out there. So
Yes. No, they're a top 2 gayest league out there, and they're not number 2. Who's number 1?
PWHO.
the WPBO. The
Actually,
WPBO.
yeah, no, WPBO.
I think it's just a matter of
perspective.
numbers.
Numbers.
Well, the ratio size, if 90% of 15 people is more than 90% of like 100.
Okay, I'm really glad that we have decided that the WNBA is apparently pink and gay, but there is a sport that they play, right?
Like half of the mascots are like a part of the LGBTQ community, and I'm here for it. Anyway, getting into the games. So, August 18th, Indiana Fever beat Toronto Temple 101-95. And then LA Sparks lost to Connecticut Sun 77-85. Atlanta Dream won against Las Vegas Aces 97-82. And New York Liberty lost to Chicago Sky 93-86. August 19th, Toronto Temple lost to Washington Mystiques 82-93 was the Temple score. Minnesota Lynx lost to Golden State Valkyries 77. Wait, they won? They won against the Golden State Valkyries 77-66. Okay. These next few games have some. Let's just say it's been an interesting week in the WNBA. Lots of things happened. Indiana Fever lost to Dallas Wings 85-91. Can I just say Paige Beckers is probably my favorite player in this whole league, and she's so funny. Watching Caitlin Clark, I've seen my whole feed for the last 2 hours has just been Caitlin Clark flailing around on the court, and it's absolutely hilarious. So there was one flail. They call it a flop. Caitlin Clark will throw her arms up in the air and she'll like flail around like a piece of wet spaghetti. And all of the internet calls it the flop. Anyway.
That's just the whole league, though.
Yeah.
I have seen Angel Reese throw herself into a defender and then fall over and go.
Yes!
So
Yeah, I'm saying it's like a thing. Like within the whole league. Anyway, so Paige Beckers was intentionally trying to foul Caitlin Clark, so she grabbed her arm or whatever. Caitlin Clark then rips her arm away and like flops and is like, excuse me, like literally throws the ball across the court and is just like,
I mean, she was getting grabbed. The ref just.
It was intentional.
Yes, the ref just didn't call it quick enough and kind of let it go.
Intentional or not, you're still getting grabbed.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about basketball is that when it comes down to the end of the game, there's intentional fouling
Yeah.
where everybody knows what's going on, right? Even the offense players, like, oh, they're gonna hug me and foul me, but like she lightly grabbed her wrist. The ref did nothing. She's like, "What do you want me to do?" Grabs harder.
Yeah.
And then, at that point, the ref is just kind of letting a conflict go on that doesn't need to. So I blame the ref, honestly.
I don't know.
As somebody who used to ref basketball, I completely blame the ref on that
I mean,
one.
like, there's blaming the ref, and then there's Caitlin Clark throwing a total temper tantrum over the fact that Paige Beckers just wanted to hold her hand a little extra long. It got to the point where Paige Beckers literally turns to Caitlin Clark, holds out her hand, and says, "Calm down." Because she was, yeah.
Moving on.
Damn near rolling on the floor over it. Anyway, also on the 20th, Atlanta Dream beat LA Sparks 124-88. Atlanta's had a franchise high in record points, which is pretty cool. Yeah. And then let's do Las Vegas Aces beat Connecticut Sun 101-78.
That's BTA. If you don't know what BTA is,
We've said it
Katie,
enough.
Mm-hmm.
never mind.
I would assume. I would assume that we here at home and everybody else at home knows what BTA is.
August 21st, Minnesota Lynx beat the Washington Mystiques 94-84. And then Chicago Sky beat Golden State Valkyries 73-70. And then Toronto Tempo.
Like the kid that goes and then.
It's, you know what? Reading is not my strong suit, and I'm just trying to get through this without messing it up, okay? Toronto Tempo beat Portland Fire 82-79. And then August 22nd, New York Liberty beat Indiana Fever 109-102. Same day, LA Sparks beat Connecticut Sun 77-68. And Atlanta Dream beat Phoenix Mercury 99-89. I'm noticing like a lot of like 10-point differences in these games.
It's a tighter game in the NBA and the WNBA as well.
Yeah, but like it's like a lot of games are like 10 points difference. Anyway, continuing on. Seattle Storm lost to Dallas Wings 70-92. And Washington Mystiques beat Portland Fire 105-100. And another 10-point difference. Las Vegas Aces beat Toronto Temple 88-78. And then Indiana Fever beat Chicago Sky 113-90. And then August 24th, Golden State Valkyries beat the Minnesota Lynx 80-66. And then on that same day, Atlanta Dream beats the LA Sparks 78-71.
Interesting.
Yes.
I'm guessing that you are supporting the Portland Fire now since they have a pretty little mascot.
Well, so like originally I was supporting the Tempo just because, you know,
Canadian.
patriotic or whatever. And so yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Before we go into the upcoming games, I would like y'all to guess. Let's go top 3 teams in the current standings. just to get some interaction going.
You want me to guess?
I would like you to guess.
Not the Tempo.
Well, that's a great guess.
I know that the Tempo have like less than 10 wins. Pretty sure is it the Atlanta Dream? They're up there somewhere. I think they're like top 5. The Fever, I'm pretty sure, also top 5, although I could be wrong about that.
I'm gonna go with my Minnesota.
Your
Yeah,
Lynx?
Denver.
The Lynx?
Is it the Lynx?
It's the Lynx.
It's the
It's
Lynx.
Minnesota Lynx.
I'm gonna go with Minnesota Lynx.
I'm pretty sure they're also top 5.
Okay, so do we want to go top 5 and give them placements?
Sure.
Sure, we can do that.
Okay.
Oh, like you want me to give
I'm
you
ready.
placements?
I'm ready.
Oh man, I think Atlanta is. I think the Dream are number 5. I'm pretty sure they're like number 5.
Okay.
The Fever. I think they're number 4, and I think the Lynx might actually just be number 1, if I remember correctly. After that, I honestly have no idea, because like there's like the Chicago's. Like I'm still trying to get used to all the teams' names.
The different names.
The different names. Like, I know there's like the Chicago Sky. I know that. I think they're like. Because how many teams are there?
There's 15 in
15.
total.
I think the Sky are like somewhere in the realm of like 8th or something like that.
I'm trying to go off of like team names and what sounds cool.
Dude, I'm just sitting here trying not to look ahead in the notes because I know
Not trying to cheat.
because I know that there's a standings table there that I saw earlier, and I'm just trying to remember the team names from it right now.
Okay, so he said Fever, Dream.
He said Fever was in 4th, Dream was in 5th, and Lynx was in 1st.
Okay, was he right about those 3?
No, Dream was 5th, Fever were 4th. Yeah, whatever. Yeah,
Is that not what I said?
I don't know.
Anyway.
I'm not paying attention,
Anyway.
obviously. I think the Lynx are first. Can we start there?
Yes,
Yes?
that is correct.
They are the first? Okay, cool. Sweet. I got one right. Who's in 5th?
The Fever.
Oh, no, I was wrong. I said the Dream. I like the
Oh,
Atlanta
sweet.
Dream were 5th, and I think the Fever are 4th. So who's 4th?
Dream.
I got
so
it
you-
backwards! No!
You were right in the top 5.
I got it backwards.
Okay.
Okay, where are the Chicago Sky? Because I think they're around 8th.
They are 10th.
Oh, okay. I was close-ish.
Okay,
I was
I'm gonna
close-ish.
go with name here.
I know that the Tempo are like bottom 3.
So that leaves Mig to guess 2nd and 3rd.
Seattle Storm.
That's a guess.
Yeah, it's apparently not a good one. Valkyries?
Okay. So Valkyries are in 2nd. Seattle Storm is in 15th.
You could not have been more wrong.
Oh, wait. I'll probably get the 14th.
Okay,
next.
wait, are the Tempo 14th then?
No, the Tempo are 13th.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hold on,
Okay,
hold on.
14th is still.
Uh,
This feels like Deal or No Deal. Like
how,
open
about,
suitcases.
how about we'll go the Mystiques?
Mystics?
Mystics.
They're like they're like 7.
Yeah, Chris is right. There are.
Holy!
His no ball is going up. The Sun?
They're 14th.
Oh, he got it. He got 14.
I should have done the bottom 5, and you should have done the top 5.
Woo!
Valkyries.
You already
We
guessed
already said
them.
them
They're
at
second.
13. Or sec. Oh, right.
Yeah.
No, 13 was the Tempo. That's what it was.
Yep.
Aces.
Yeah, you got it. They're in
Miggy's like, oh, thank goodness I don't have to say anything more. All right, Miggy, who's 6th?
I think it's Liberty.
Yes. Did you cheat? You cheater.
No.
He's looking at me and he's not guilty. He's not guilty. He didn't cheat. No.
Not one bit.
Okay, so we've got Lynx at 1,
Mm-hmm.
Valkyries at 2,
Yep.
Aces at 3,
Yep.
and then it goes Dream, Fever.
Yep.
Who do we say was at 6th?
Liberty.
Liberty. Okay.
And then it's Mystiques. And then Dallas Wings. Portland Fire. Chicago Sky. LA Sparks. Phoenix Mercury.
Oh, yeah, the Sparks. Mercury, yeah.
Toronto Temple. Connecticut
No.
Sun. And Seattle Storm.
I think
So basically, my first guests were Lynx, Storm.
yeah, I think the only 2 teams that I didn't really know of before this episode were Portland Fire and who's the team that's just ahead of them?
Dallas Wings.
Yeah, I don't think I knew about the Dallas Wings before.
In your
before today.
defense, Portland Fire is like,
I feel like brand
they
new.
started this year, yeah.
How long have the Dallas Wings been a team? They must be
Like
pretty
not
recent.
much, yeah. They're
Yeah,
fairly new
okay,
as well.
yeah, because like all the other teams I
think
at least recognized from.
I think they're from the last expansion. I
Okay.
could be wrong.
That
I
would
just
make sense.
Quickly glanced over it.
That would make sense though.
A franchise timeline earlier today.
Good.
So I'm gonna follow as I do for the NBA and go Toronto, Minnesota. Stay consistent.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, hey, you get a taste of both the top of the league and the bottom of the league.
Yeah. I'm like kind of like, I don't know how well the Lynx have done in previous seasons, but
Sorry, go ahead.
the champions in the last 2 seasons were the Aces.
Yeah, the Aces have been good for a while because
So-
they have a what's her name? They
Asia
have
Wilson,
yeah. She's been playing with them for years. And
Yeah.
she's always
like the
one of the
best.
best. Yeah, I think the Lynx have kind of been like a middle of the pack team for the last few years, and
Yeah.
I guess they're just really good this
I
year.
guess
This
I
year
guess
we're
I'll
just
have to,
built
like,
different.
Just built different.
look
Bandwagon.
I'm going from my NBA teams.
Bandwagon.
Yeah. So then, upcoming games today. The games being played are Chicago Sky versus Connecticut Sun,
Yikes.
Portland Fire versus Dallas Wings, Washington Mystiques versus Phoenix Mercury,
Okay.
and then tomorrow, Golden State Valkyries versus Connecticut Sun,
Oh, yikes.
Toronto Temple versus Seattle Storm.
We got a battle of the basement, boys.
and the Canadian team has the advantage, technically.
We're on the second step.
August 27th, Golden State Valkyries versus New York
Holy,
Liberty.
They got a lot of games.
Yeah, they do. And then Washington Mystiques versus Phoenix Mercury. 28th, Connecticut Sun versus Indiana Fever. And then Portland Fire versus Atlanta Dream.
Yikes.
Toronto Temple versus LA Aces.
Yikes.
Las Vegas Aces. Sorry.
Well, LA Aces, yeah.
LV. LAV.
Oh, yeah, I guess V. Sorry,
LAVs.
my hate for
Las V.
my hate for Las Vegas in the NHL just kind of carried over.
Everybody's.
Yeah,
Yeah. I get it.
that
I
one's
get it.
on me, but also
Yeah.
deserved.
Yeah, well deserved. Anyway. And then Washington Mystiques versus LA Sparks. Okay, and then the 29th, Chicago Sky versus New York Liberty. And then Toronto Temple versus Phoenix Mercury.
Okay. I like the matchup.
August 30th, Minnesota Lynx versus Atlanta Dream.
Go Lynx.
LA Sparks versus Seattle Storm.
Yay.
Not really.
Ah, never mind. I thought they were higher.
Golden State Valkyries versus Portland Fire.
Yay.
And Connecticut Sun versus Dallas Wings.
Eh.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like we've been bouncing the ball around for a while now.
I love my basketball, but wow, I am basketball though.
We want to talk about the Jays.
I would like to. Yeah. Let's talk about the Knicks. Let's talk
That was
about
the
Knicks.
most uncertain.
Well, okay, because here's the thing: the last few weeks, I've been like kind of high on the Jays. I mean, we've all been.
Yeah.
But I was looking at their series, and even though they're winning these series, it's always like 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 2-1.
Oh, he wants a broom.
Yeah. Like where's the broom, man? Like we need these wins for the wild card. So looking back on this past week, we went 3-3 and went 1-1 in our series for this past week, which is fine. I mean, going 50% as a team that's under 500 is technically good.
There's an improvement.
It's an improvement. So August 18th, 10-5 win against the Rays. Big win, honestly. Rays are top of the AL. Kirk went 3 for 6, had a home run, a double, 3 RBIs. He was a triple short of the cycle.
I'm sorry. I mean, no disrespect to Kurt, but if he can get a triple, everybody
He's
else
got-
can.
He's got one in his career. He's got one
Everybody
in his
else
career.
can be a in home run.
He's got one in his career.
On an error?
No, or I don't think so. It has been done. It has been done. And to be fair, if it was an error, it wouldn't be a triple. It'd be a double with an error.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, you're right.
Kirk was actually 3 for 3 with like the double, the home run, and the single, and then the last 3 at bats didn't go so well. Springer went 3 for 4, had a double, a walk, an RBI, and a stolen base, doing everything but going yard. Apparently, Josh Smith, young guy who has kind of been filling up some of our injury spots.
Some.
Let me be delusional for a second. Went 2 for 4, had a homer and 2 RBIs.
We like that.
Clement 3 for 5 and got batted in 3 times. And Big Oaks with another homer. We did, however, have 11 men left on base.
Dude, you saying we could have won 21-5?
Yes. August 19th, 6-7 loss to the Rays. So not bad. Not bad. Charles McAdoo went 3 for 4, had a double, 2 RBIs, and a stolen base. Kirk, another good game, 2 for 5, had a homer and 2 RBIs.
Kirk's just Kirkin.
And then in the rubber match on August 20th, we beat the Rays 5-1. Shane Bieber went 7 innings, allowed 3 hits, no earned runs, and had 7 strikeouts. Daz Cameron went 2 for 5 with a homer. Okamoto went 2 for 5, also with a homer, and had a double.
Big O.
George Springer went 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs. The Jays, however, were 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position.
We really have an issue with leaving batters on base, and especially with runners in scoring positions.
Oh yeah, we're actually a very good team for getting men on base. I think we might be one of the top teams in the league. However, we are the lowest run generating team in the league.
We're the lowest, or are we in the
lowest? We are 30th of 30 for runs scored.
Damn.
Now, August 21st, we start a 3-game series against the Yankees. We open up with a 1-3 loss. Bateman, who you and I have been loving in the last
He
couple
gets
weeks.
on base. He's lead off. He gets on base.
He went 3 for 5, had a triple, had a double, and got batted in once.
He's doing his job.
He was a home run away from a cycle. Now, mind you, he hasn't actually hit a big league home run yet anyways, but that's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
It shows just how fast he is. The Jays had 9 men left on base and were 1 for 14 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah.
In a 2-run loss, we had 14 chances to score.
And optimized on 1.
Yeah. I really don't know what to say. August 22nd, we do win the second game. We win 4-3 against the Yankees. Dylan Cease pitched 6 2/3, allowed 2 hits, 1 earned run, but had 8 strikeouts.
He is going to be in the Cy Young for sure.
Him and Schlittler are.
Yeah.
It's going to be a coin flip.
Yeah.
As the season goes on. George Springer went 3 for 5 and had an RBI. Nathan Lucas, as a pinch hitter, so he came off the bench, went 2 for 3, had a homer, and had 2 RBIs.
That's just how it's done.
I remember texting you during this game asking, since when is Lucas a power hitter?
It's a Luke Nuke.
It's a Luke Nuke. We had 12 men left on base, and were 4 of 18 with runners in scoring position. It just doesn't end.
That's not even 33%.
Nope. And then August 23rd, the rubber match, we lose 8-3 against the Yankees. This is our first series loss since the series against the Red Sox that ended on July 26th. Up until this series against the Yankees, we had won 7 straight series.
Damn. That helps in the wild card, but like you said, like we need 1 or 2. That's a nice little groove.
Yeah, we need 3 winners, not these 2-1, 2-1s. Now an interesting statistic that Miggy thankfully, and I for lack of a better word, so nicely wrote, the Jays haven't won on a Sunday in almost 2 months.
I was watching the Yankees game on Sunday on the 23rd. And it's the first thing the commentator said. He's like, we haven't won a Sunday's game since June something. And I was like, June?
And I'd like to say so we just don't play on Sundays, but with the sheer amount of games that these guys play, we play pretty much every Sunday until
Should
the
just
end
make
of
a
the year.
petition that the Blue Jays never play on Sunday.
We'll play Monday through Saturday every week. The upcoming schedule for the Jays, August 25th, which is today, through the 27th, we have a 3-game series against the Kansas City Royals,
And they are hot.
who prior to tonight had won 8 in a row and were 9-1 in their last 10 games. On fire. August 28th through 30th, we play the Mariners. Cal Raleigh decided to wake up the other night and had 3 homers in a game,
Yeah.
I guess. Which honestly kind of ticked me off because he was on my fantasy team and he had been letting me down for months. And the moment I decide I don't really care anymore, he goes, "Hey, I remember how to hit bombs." And then we have a 3-game series against the Cleveland Guardians, September 1st through 3rd.
Are they in our conference, the Guardians?
Yes.
So that's a must win.
Speaking of must win, the last 30 games of the year, which includes the game tonight, the Jays do not play a team above 500.
Are you telling me we have the easiest schedule?
We have the easiest schedule. The only team that we played that is currently at 500 are the Texas Rangers.
That's
Now, mind you, our record against the Rangers is absolutely abysmal.
yeah, no bueno.
No bueno. But I'd like to list off a couple of the very important series that are coming up. We have the 3-game series against the Mariners. They are currently only 1 game behind us.
Okay.
We have a 3-game series against the Guardians.
They're easy. These two right there. Sweep.
If we can sweep, it'd be great because the Guardians we're 2 games behind the Guardians, and the Guardians currently hold the last wild card spot.
Okay.
In
Yeah,
the AL.
that one's gonna be an important one.
Next month, we have 2 3-game series against the Orioles, so 6 games altogether. The Orioles are currently half a game behind us.
You know what? I'd be happy with winning 4 and losing 2 against them.
We have a 3-game series against the Tigers, who currently sit 2.5 games behind us.
So they basically gonna have to sweep us to catch us.
Yes.
Okay.
At least 15 of our last 30 games are against teams that are within 3 games of us in either direction and are all fighting for a wildcard spot. At least half of our games. You could even throw in this current series against the Royals and the other 3-game series we have against them next month. You could throw that into there. There's another 6 almost must-win games. The Rangers are in our conference. They currently hold the top seed in, I forget which AL division they're in, but they have one of the division leads. The only series we have for the rest of the year against a National League team is against the Reds.
Yeah, and they're not above 500.
No. So 27 of our last 30 games are against interconference matchups, and at least 15 of those are against teams that are right next to us, also fighting for that wildcard spot.
So, in a lack of better words, people, this is must-win baseball.
Yes. About as must-win as it gets. Which is an awful time when your team is the most injury-prone team in the league.
Yeah, we went from last year with like very minimal injuries to this.
Before we started the recording session, I was scrolling Instagram and I saw a post that I know we've made this joke a couple times throughout the year where oh, we have a whole roster on IL, or oh, we have a whole whatever. We have an entire starting pitcher rotation on IL right now.
Mm-hmm.
Starting with Shane Bieber.
Yep.
Who is out with right teres major inflammation, and he is basically barred from baseball activity for the next couple weeks and will then be reevaluated.
That's what I love to hear.
Oh yeah. Josh Smith, who I mentioned a couple minutes ago as a nice young guy who's been really filling in for us, left hamstring inflammation. He could be back early September, so in a couple weeks.
Goody.
Trey Savage, left meniscus surgery. They're hoping he can be back for the end of the season, regular season, maybe make a postseason appearance if we make it there.
Do you have any good news about injuries, Chris?
No. Yimi Garcia is still out. Urias is still out. Santander's not coming back. Barger's out. Yeah. No, our injury list is a roster. And it's a roster of sadness, quite frankly. Rastaman. But yeah, the Jays, who have the statistically worst scoring offense in the league, have the most injuries in the league. Like I think I can say that quite confidently. The team with some of the most underperforming big contracts outside of maybe the Mets, right? Like Vladdy has been bad. Let's be real. Like he's been below average. Santander hasn't played for us in almost 2 seasons.
Yeah, he was supposed to be your next man.
Yeah. Springer has been playing well recently, but
Didn't start off
well. So just to reiterate, injuries, horrible offense, underperforming stars. We are still in a wild card spot or wild card race. We can still make the postseason.
We got hope.
Is crazy to me. So we're gonna be hopeful. We're gonna try not to be overly hopeful. I mean, to be fair, a month or two ago, we had almost completely given up. So let's just not get there. We'll make the postseason. I feel it.
Just so you guys know, we will be watching these games very tentatively.
Very, very tensely.
Very tensely too, with notebooks.
With notebooks. Now, speaking of some other baseball, I feel like Katie's been waiting for me to shut up. The WPBL has had another week of games.
My favorite league to yap about. August 19th, New York Heights beat San Francisco Fireballs 11-8. I'm not gonna lie, I think I jinxed them. Last week I did say that they would be annihilated, and I was wrong.
Good.
That was in fact my fault. I do take accountability for that. August 20th, Boston Hunters beat New York Heights 9-4. Good for Boston. Well, you know.
Good, maybe.
New York's having a comeback though. Anyway, August 21st, LA Queens lost to the San Francisco Fireballs 6-8. And then August 22nd, San Francisco Fireballs beat the Boston Hunters 12-5.
And then
New York Heights beat LA Queens 8-7. I was kind of surprised about this one. Like, I wasn't surprised, but I was surprised because, like, New York's got, like... Well, so, basically, New York and LA had the first trade of the, like, league, basically. I believe LA traded one... So there was 2 New York players and 1 LA player that got traded.
Okay.
For each other. Don't remember names, don't remember positions, or, anything to do with anything.
A trade happened involving these 2 teams and 3 players.
Yes, a trade happened.
And Whitmore was not part of it.
And that is all.
Kelsey Whitmore, Danae Benitez, Ashton Lansdowne were not a part of it. Okay. And then August 23rd, LA Queens lost to Boston Hunters 3-7.
The Queens lost back to
That
back
one
to
I
back.
was, like, bamboozled over.
The Queens just went 0-3 this week.
Yeah. It's okay, though, because they're, like, they can afford it. Next week, tomorrow, Boston Hunters versus LA. Hopefully LA gets redemption, but I'm gonna knock on wood because, yeah, apparently I'm a jinx. August 27th, LA Queens versus New York Heights. August 28th, Boston Hunters versus San Francisco Fireballs. August 29th, New York Heights versus LA Queens. August 30th, New York Heights versus San Francisco Firebills. So, after this coming week of games, there is one more week, and then it is the first. It is
Playoffs.
playoffs, which I am excited to try and
Follow.
follow, learn the things, because bracket style sports, I'm still trying to understand.
All right.
Cool segue.
Oh, right. You're really bad at the segue thing.
Well, we all know that a baseball goes fast.
Yes. Actually, I know what you're trying to segue into this, but I've been, for some reason, I have been stumbling upon people trying to think that they can hit MLB pitches. Like they'll go to like the batting cages and they'll have like with those machines and go, oh yeah, 100 miles per hour. If you know it's coming, you can hit it. And then watching some of these people be absolute deers in headlights is the funniest thing.
I like the reaction of them holding the bat and then just looking at the camera like all shocked, like.
You know what's even funnier? When they don't even realize the pitch had already been thrown, quote unquote. Where they're just standing there, they're setting up, pitch machine goes, everybody behind the plate is just laughing their asses off, and because they didn't the batter didn't move, and he goes, all right, where's the ball? Oh, nope, never mind.
Yeah.
Can't hit that. Sorry. Speaking of speed.
We got the NASCAR that was actually had races this time.
My left turning.
You're left turning, and we actually put it in the right episode.
Yeah. We're getting better at I swear this isn't the first time we're doing it. We're getting better.
In the NASCAR, there's 3 different categories. There's the Napa NOAPS, which is like the Napa something Auto Parts Services. I don't remember what the O is for. And there's the Cup Series and there's the Craftsman Truck Series. Now, the Cup Series and the Craftsman Truck Series had a race this past weekend. The Cup Series had the Dollar Tree 301. You want to guess who sponsored that one?
Dollarama is my guess.
I'm going to go from 5 to 1. Number 5, Larson with 48 points. Number 4, Bell with 43. Barry in third with 49. Wallace Jr. in second with 43. And Blaney in first with 70.
Okay.
Explain that point system.
We're still trying to figure
You know what? You know what? If you want to figure it out and explain it to us, that'd be great. We have spent a couple months just trying to understand.
Figure it out.
Because here's the thing. Every time one of us looks for the scores and stuff,
We get different explanations.
you get different explanations and different scores from everywhere. Google's like, oh, but here's the thing. The rankings are always the same.
Yeah.
Right? It's just the points. And you're kind of like...
The points, I think, goes towards the season, but it still don't make sense. It gets even better. Number 1 in the Craftsman Truck Series EGP 175. I don't know what that stands for, but number 1, Riggs with 72 points. Smith with 51, so a little closer. And then Honeycutt with 34. Friesen with 34. And then Silich with 0.
See, again, another 0-pointer. And I know that there's always the things of like, oh, well, this wasn't their race.
Or, a part-time driver.
Yeah, or part-time driver. But, like, the amount of times that it happens, just like, what's going on?
Yeah. It's crazy. Honestly, I don't fully understand it. I've been trying to understand it, but I think I'm just going to have to find someone that listens to it every single day and just see if they can explain it. Now, the next races are for the NOAPS on August 28th. It is the Winn-Dixie 250 powered by Coca-Cola.
You want to run that by me again?
The Winn-Dixie 250 powered by Coca-Cola.
What are we doing with names?
And then the Cup Series August 29th is the Coke Zero Sugar 400.
A lot of Coke.
Yeah. I wonder who sponsored this event this time.
Pepsi.
Both races are on the Daytona International Speedway. Dollarama and Pepsi don't come after us. Now we'll go into something a little bit more intriguing, in my opinion.
Actually, is what you sound like.
We're gonna go into the North American soccer. A lot has happened in the last week, and a lot is about to happen in the following week. So in the MLS, we have the regular season due to the fact that they had the Leagues Cup. On Wednesday, Montreal beat Columbus 2-1. New England beat DC 3-0. Cincinnati took the win over New York City at 2-1, and so did Chicago over Orlando 2-1. Philly and Miami tied it up at 2s. Red Bull New York lost to Nashville 1-0. Nashville still top dog. Toronto and Charlotte tied at 3. Scouting KC and St. Louis tied at 1. And the last 10 games for Scouting KC after this one, they are 3-6-1. They have 11 goals for and 21 goals against. It's kind of hard to win when you're getting outscored almost twice the goals that you're scoring.
Yeah, again, outscore 2-1 is not a recipe
And that's
for success.
when you get beat 4-0 and 6-0.
Yeah.
Atlanta beat Minnesota 2-1. Colorado beat LAFC 1-0. Dallas beat Real Salt Lake 4-3, while Seattle lost to Austin 2-1. LA beat San Jose 1-0. Portland beat San Diego 3-1, and Vancouver loses to Houston 1-0. Houston has been hot lately. They have, in their last 10 games, 6 wins, 1 loss, and 3 draws. So, in a potential
Pretty hot. Yeah.
a potential 30 points, they have 21.
That's very good.
On Saturday, Montreal and LA tied at 2. Charlotte beat DC 3-1. Not Minnesota. Cincinnati. I got mixed with my C and my M. Don't ask me how. Cincinnati beat Seattle. They didn't beat. Holy, the Cincinnati and Seattle games really getting to me. Cincinnati and Seattle tied at 1. Miami lost to Toronto 2-1. Orlando beat Real Salt Lake 2-1. Red Bull New York and Chicago tied at 1. Austin and Philly also tied at 1, while Nashville beat Columbus 3-2. St. Louis beat Houston 2-1. So they couldn't beat the team who has been losing the most, but they could beat the team who has been winning the most lately. Vancouver beat Dallas 5-0.
Okay.
Possession was 61-39 for Vancouver. Vancouver defense was on point this game, leaving no room for Dallas on them making any shots, so they had to try these insane shots from afar. Dallas also had a little bit of disciplinary issues with 4 yellows, and Vancouver did need this win because they're still top dog, but they've been in a kind of a slump in the last 5 games, only being 0-3-2.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a tough
So
stretch.
a potential 15 points, you only have 2.
Yeah, that's a really tough stretch.
LAFC did not beat Portland, tied Portland 1-1. San Diego beat Colorado 3-0, and Minnesota beat San Jose 5-1. Now, San Jose are number 4 in the West, meanwhile Minnesota is number 10 in the West. San Jose opens the score in the 4th minute, though, with a penalty kick, and then was quickly answered by Vancouver in the 10th. Yeboah had 2 goals, one in the 44th and one in the 40th minute. So 2 goals in 4 minutes. So as Jay liked to say, you celebrate and then you score again. There was a toddler that found its way on the pitch at the end of the game in the 91st minute. So they kind of stalled the game just to make sure that the toddler was retrieved and given back to its parent and no harm was done.
Yeah.
On Sunday, New England and New York City tied at 1, and Atlanta beat Scouting KC 2-1. Scouting KC is not finding KC anytime soon.
No.
On Tuesday, the Leagues Cup is continuing in the quarterfinals. Monterey will be playing Chicago, Leon versus Real Salt Lake, and on Wednesday, Tulsa versus Austin, and America versus Columbus. And then Saturday, we go back to the regular season. They have not announced the dates for the semis for the Leagues Cup. Once that is done, I will announce because they're usually announce it a week before it actually happens. On Saturday, Seattle will be playing Chicago, Atlanta versus Charlotte, Columbus versus New England, DC versus LAFC, Miami versus Montreal, Red Bull New York versus Philly, Toronto versus New York City, Houston versus San Jose, Minnesota versus Orlando, Nashville versus Cincinnati, Scouting KC will be scouting Vancouver, Colorado will be playing Real Salt Lake, and Portland, Austin, and San Diego will be playing LA. And on Sunday, just a quiet game versus Dallas and St. Louis. Now, there has been a game. Messi is being suspended for a game
Okay.
for slapping a person.
Oh, like another player?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You know me. Love Messi. I love what he's done, especially with his condition and everything. And he's short. I'm short. I respect the man. You can't go slapping people on the field, though.
You can't really just go around slapping people?
At all.
Generally, yeah.
But when you're getting paid as much as Messi, it's like, dude, come on. You're supposed to be a superstar. Act like it. Slapping people on the field, not really a good look.
No.
Now, if we go to the CPL, which is the Canadian Premier League, on Wednesday, August 19th, Forge beat Supra 3-2. Ottawa beat Vancouver 4-0, a 2-goal performance for Assi, and Ottawa just dominated this game. Like, Vancouver could not do anything. They had all the momentum, all possession. Vancouver just couldn't find a way.
Mm-hmm.
On Saturday, Halifax beat Vancouver. Not really going well for Vancouver. Cavs beat Ottawa 3-1. Forge beat Pacific 2-0. Feel bad for Pacific because they're at the bottom of the food chain.
Hey, look, it's just a follow-up to
Exactly.
Pacific Moana.
Now, I was able to watch the last half of this Sunday game between Toronto and Supra. In the 51st minute, there was a collision with the Toronto forward Altobelli and the Quebec goalie that caused the Quebec goalie to grab it and the forward basically to crash into the goalie and the ball trickling in the net, which would have give Toronto a 2-0 lead. But after the VFS review, like the video review,
Yeah.
it was determined that the goalie did have the ball first, because if the player had the ball first, then the goal would have counted. But if the goalie had the ball first, then no goal. It's basically like goalie interference, right?
Yeah.
So it was no goal. I personally find it was the right call. Like I said, if the player touched it first, it'd be a different story. But due to the fact that the goalie grabbed it first, and you can see in the video review he has full possession, you can't just struck a goalie and hope that they count the goal.
No.
Quemi scores in the 9th. Sorry, I did not score that. We're gonna run that back. Quemi scores his 9th of the campaign, the first person to reach that in the league. It was due to Quebec's nice passing play and kind of like a broken play in the defensive zone for Toronto. They were kind of trapped in their own zone for 5 minutes with the Supra players just adding pressure upon pressure upon pressure. So they kind of did it to themselves that they didn't secure a win and just secured a draw.
Okay.
Next week, you got the Battle of Toronto. You got Ottawa versus Toronto. The Battle of Ontario, sorry. You got Ottawa versus Toronto. You got Supra versus Forge. On Saturday, you got the Cavalier versus Vancouver. Hopefully, Vancouver maybe can steal a point from the Cavs. And on Sunday, you have Pacific versus Halifax. The basement dwellers, basically. Maybe Pacific can get a win. They don't have a lot of those this year. And that's all I got.
I look at Pacific like I look at the Red Blacks.
Yeah, but Pacific have a win.
Yeah, but I still look at them through the eye holes of a brown paper bag.
Fair. You're a fan, but you don't want people to know.
Exactly.
You
don't want them to know it's you.
Yeah. Now going into the NWSL.
Alrighty.
Her segue is awesome.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Yeah.
Right
yeah.
to the minor leagues I go.
we're sending her back. Send her back.
After these messages, of course. So, August 19th, Racing Louisville beat Seattle Reign
Hey, that's
FC
your team.
Yeah.
2-1.
I love my racing.
And then Houston Dash beat Chicago Stars 5-0. August 21st, San Diego Wave beat Utah Royals FC 4-2. August 22nd, KC Current tied with Seattle Reign 1-1. North Carolina Courage beat Boston Legacy 2-1. And Portland Thorns beat Denver Summit 1-0. Can I just say Portland has like the best names like all the time for their teams. Anyway,
I mean, Portland Trail. Yeah.
But yes, I was just like Portland Trailblazers is pretty good.
Portland Trailblazers, Portland Thorns, Portland
They-
Fire.
They haven't missed yet. We'll put it that way.
Yes. August 23rd, Chicago Stars beat Racing Louisville 3-2.
Damn.
Washington Spirit lost to Orlando Pride 0-1. Bay FC beat Houston Dash 1-0. And Angel City and Gotham tied for nothing.
If I can put names on Katie's like personality sometimes, these would be the two. Angel Cities and Gotham.
Yeah.
It'd be like one day like, oh, how are you? And the other day is like, don't touch me.
Justice.
Gotham.
Justice for my big glitter.
My glitter breathing dragon. Okay, upcoming games. August 26th, North Carolina Courage versus Angel City FC. August 28th, Gotham versus Portland Thorns. And then San Diego Wave versus Racing Louisville. August 29th, KC Current versus North Carolina Courage. Orlando Pride versus Utah Royals FC. And Denver Summit versus Chicago Stars. August 30th, Washington Spirit versus Bay FC. And Seattle Reign FC versus Houston Dash. August 31st, Boston Legacy versus Angel City FC.
Every time I hear Bay FC, I can only think of the Bay, like the shopping store. And I have no idea what Bay FC's like logo looks like, but all I imagine is the freaking yellow bee.
It's a black bee.
You know what? Black and yellow, close enough.
And then segueing to the Canadian soccer league, Northern Super League, August 22nd. Oh my gosh! So before I get into this, I found an app, which means I now have the names for the teams of this league, and I'm very proud of myself for it. Okay, now, August 22nd, Ottawa Rapid FC lost to Vancouver Rise FC 5-1.
Damn.
August 23rd, AFC Toronto beat Halifax Tides FC 2-0. And then Montreal Roses FC tied with Calgary Wild FC 2-2. And then upcoming games, August 29th, Montreal Roses FC versus Halifax Tides FC. And the same day, Vancouver Rise FC versus Calgary Wild FC. And then August 30th, AFC Toronto versus Ottawa Rapid FC.
Sounds like a lot of soccer in the next week.
In the next week, there's a lot of soccer last week, and the week before, and next month.
It doesn't really help that we cover, what, 1, 2, 3...
4 soccer
Like-
leagues.
Yeah.
Then
Like,
that's not.
4 only in the North America.
Yeah, it's a lot of soccer. To be fair, there is a lot of soccer out there.
That's like the most universal sport.
Not like it is.
All you need is your foot, a ball. You don't even need a net. You just need a foot and a ball.
Yeah, but the net helps.
A wall helps too. Back of your brother's heads help too.
Okay, but some of us don't have a brother.
Back of your own head helps too.
Hey,
I'd be kind of
Hey.
impressive, honestly.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
It hurts.
You speaking from experience there, Katie.
Well, let's just say ball sports are not my thing.
Anyways, I think we've reached the end of this episode.
You know what? I'm gonna break the fourth wall for a second here. Before we hit the record button, we were all sitting here deciding how much information do we actually have? How long is it gonna take? 45 minutes? An hour? We are nearly 2 hours into this.
It was on my yapping on WNBA.
And yeah. You know what? I don't say this that often. I'm done talking. I'm done talking. Are you done?
Yeah.
Are you done?
Yep.
The mic's turning off. Goodbye. We'll see y'all in the international episode.